Alright, welcome back to TDN Live, Beasters and Sleepers. With me again, Rick Yard Dog Davis. What is up, dude?
What is crack-a-legged?
What is crack blip 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 blip. Alright, Beasters and Sleepers up to bat. Beasters are first. At the quarterback position, I have Mr. Aaron Rodgers going up against the winless Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I really think Rodgers is just going to go off in this game. I'm looking 300 yards, 3 TDs.
That's a good one. I think I'm going to go with Schaub. I think he's going to have a decent game. He's going to have 300-plus yards, 2 or 3 scores, versus Indy and their banged-up secondary.
On to the running backs. Like I stated before, I am loving DeAngelo Williams this week. I don't know what it is about Carolina and the Saints game. I'm getting like this, ESPN thing going on in my head here that DeAngelo Williams is going to have a good day. I see at least 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards. There's something about that game.
Yeah, well, I think I'm going to look at like Ryan Grant going against Tampa Bay. Everybody talks about their secondary ain't so great, but neither is their run-stopping ability. I think he's going 120-plus in the score.
Sounds good. To the wide receivers. Hines Ward on Monday nights got like 5-time horse trailer award on Monday night. He always seems to play well Monday night. Going up against Denver, I think that's going to be a really good game to watch. I see him breaking the 100-yard mark and catching a touchdown pass.
Nice. I think I'm going to go with Nate Burleson versus Detroit. Like I said, Hasselbeck's going to pick apart that secondary. He gets the most looks on the team, even with Houston's out of there. He's going to get 6 to 8 catches, go over 100 yards, and get a score.
All right. To the tight ends. Nothing really strikes me tight ends. I'd like Witten against the Eagles. Like I said, he's an Eagle killer. But I think when it breaks down, Kellen Winslow, he's going to be Josh Freeman's check down. I'm looking catches galore, possibly a score if they get close enough. Racking up yards and racking up receptions. I like Kellen Winslow.
I'm going to go with Brent Selleck. I think he's going to have a big game against Dallas just because of Deshaun Jackson. They're going to have to double-team him up, and that's going to open up the middle for him, and he's going to beast.
To the linebackers, I got DJ Williams here, and I think the only reason, Pittsburgh, everyone knows, going to run the ball. I see him maybe causing a turnover, but I see tackles.
I'm going to go with Patrick Willis against Tennessee. Vince Young's just coming back in the game. He's getting his feet wet again. He was quoted as saying he just wants to manage the game, and if the throw isn't there, he's going to run it. So I'm going to go with Patrick Willis.
Defensive line. I like Jason Taylor, and I'm only really picking this is because at one point Jason Taylor said he wanted to play for New England, and New England's always picked up old veterans to put on their team, but they passed on Jason Taylor, and I think he's going to go up against his team with a little chip on his shoulder saying, hey, I can still play.
I like Jimmy Wilkerson versus Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers does not throw the ball. He just hangs on to it and takes sacks, so I think he's going to have a big game.
Cornerbacks. I'm loving Asante Samuel. Going up against Tony Romo, the Eagles seem to have their way with Tony Romo. They're number 1 team in turnovers this year in the NFL. I think they're going to get the pressure, and I think Asante's going to have 2 picks, and one of them babies return for a touchdown. That's right. Defense is the difference in that Eagles-Cowboys game.
I feel the same way. He's gonna beast.
Sorry, I was just saluting the Birds flag behind me.
All right.
Moving on to the safeties, I got Antoine Bethea, and he's the only starter on Indy secondary that's healthy, and with that Houston high-powered offense wanting to pass, I think he's going to be all over the field making tackles, maybe cause a turnover for that defense, but I think he's going to have to be helping out, with the young guys they got plugged in there, and I see Bethea having a good game.
Yeah, I'm going with Adrian Wilson. I think Cutler's going to throw some ducks, and he's going to snag one.
All right, special team and kickers have been eliminated. Since no one really likes to pick them, we're just not going to do them. So we're going to get right in to sleepers. Guys on the waiver wire that you might need to pick up to plug in for somebody who's on a bye week. So here we go. Quarterbacks, there's not really much out there. I went with him last week. I'm going to go with him this week. Chad Henne's out there. He's going up against the Pats. I think that Miami's going to have to be down. They're going to have to rely on more than the Wildcat to get it done against the Patriots. So I think Henne's going to have to throw the ball.
Yeah, I guess that's what you have to go with. I mean, if you're in a situation where you got to pick up one of those guys, then you're in bad shape. So, hopefully you don't.
Running backs. I'm liking me some Darren Sproles going up against the Giants. The Eagles, a team that never runs the football, put up over 150 yards on the ground last week. LaShawn McCoy, a quick scat bat. I think Sproles can be a difference maker in this game for San Diego to try and pull the win out against New York. And I really think that New York's linebackers can't run and cover Darren Sproles. He's too fast for him, so I like Darren Sproles.
There you go. I like Mike Bell. He's splitting carries with Pierre Thomas. If you got to plug somebody in there, they split carries 17 and 14, I think it was last week. As long as he can hang on to the ball, he'll get some looks.
Moving on to wide receiver. I like Greg Caramillo. Greg Caramillo. Greg Camarillo. Miami wide receiver. Like I said with Henny, I think they're going to be down. Have to throw the ball to keep up with the Pats. Ted Ginn is going to be double covered. So I think Camarillo is going to have to do something, maybe get a touchdown pass. So I like him there.
Yeah, I'm going with Brian Johnson playing against Seattle. Seattle secondary is nothing to speak too good of, so I think he's going to be the only bright spot they have up there.
All right, tight ends. I'm taking Spencer Havner there, and the only reason I'm taking him there is because the guy is a swing guy, and he's a tight end, and he's a linebacker, and that's my kind of player right there. Down dirty guy, he's going to be an Iron Man, play both sides of the ball. Guys out there, I think he's your best bet to go with Spencer Havner.
I'm going to go with Daniel Graham for Denver tight end. He's Kyle Ward, when he gets hot on somebody, he's going to stay throwing to him, and if he gets one look early in the game, then he's going to stay hot there.
Right on to the linebackers. I'm going to pick up Julian Peterson because of the fact he's going against his former team in Seattle Seahawks. They traded him away to get Corey Redding in the offseason. Guys going up against their former teams, it seems like they have a chip on their shoulder. So just on that purpose alone, I think Peterson's going to want to prove to the Seahawks that, hey, maybe you shouldn't have let me go and traded me to this sorry-ass team, the Detroit Lions. And I think he's going to have a good game.
Yeah, I think so too. I got Peterson as well. He has a lot of potential. Their offensive line is on their fifth starting combination this year. Yeah, he's going to have a beast of a game on them guys.
All right. D-line. Cheeky O'Keefer is available. Again, another swing guy, end linebacker. He's going against Chicago. He's going to be matched up against Chris Williams, second-year guy who was hurt all of last year. This is actually his first year playing. He's been struggling a bit this year. So I think O'Keefer could possibly get to Cutler and get a sack.
Yeah, I got O'Keefer down there, too. I think he's going to take care of business. He had a decent game last week.
To the cornerbacks. I'm really only picking this guy because this is how I feel right now. I'm going with William Gay, cornerback, Pittsburgh Steelers. Monday night against the Broncos. That's only because I'm feeling this way. William Gay.
I also have William, Don't Call Me Gay, as well. So, this is what it is.
Yes, sir. Safety. Excuse me. Let me just get out of my Tony Homo voice there. On to the safeties. I'm liking Reggie Nelson against KC. I think Jacksonville's going to be up. KC's going to have to throw the ball. They're not too effective throwing the football. I think Reggie Nelson could be a guy you can plug in there.
Yeah, I'm going with Kenny Hamlin. I think he's going to have plenty of opportunities to take care of business with the Eagles.
This has been Beasters and Sleepers for Week 9. Thanks to Yard Dog Rick Davis.
Anytime, buddy. Anytime.
Any last words there, bud?
Coming for you, Red Rider. It's over for you, buddy. You're going down.
Carry